by the name of Fiddlin' John Carson.
I don't see anybody else.
He was the first hillbilly recording, and possibly the first recording because he recorded this song on a wire recording. And the wire recording, if you want to go to the trouble, I can't talk to people, I can't sing. I feel like a school teacher who doesn't have any class. Oh, okay, thank you very much. Whoever has those lights, would you turn it on?
Turn the lights on!
Turn the lights on.
Okay.
Those lights when you turn it on.
I will not try to talk. I hope you can put up with it. I really do, because it means so much to us.
No problem.
You know, bluegrass music is really kind of personal music. And the greatest part about bluegrass music, I think, and I've seen this happen right here at this site, if the band's on stage playing and somebody's out there listening, and somebody comes up and talks to them, they'll tell them to shut up. I mean, you can tell the people who likes bluegrass music and the people who doesn't. I don't like the people that doesn't. Anyway, no, I do, a little bit. So for years, the last 5 or 6 years, this country has had a lot of difficulty getting its feet in the bins, for lack of a better word. When the pandemic first epidemic, I actually think that ought to be a better word for it.
Pandemic.
You want me to be back in the dark. Anyway, what happened was, I was flying over the country all the time to get the jobs, and you could see out in the fields where all the grains had just been laid there to rot. The farmers really had a bad problem. And there just wasn't any, we weren't exporting things. And the farmers are coming back a little bit now. And that's kind of been the way it's been ever since this great fertile land of ours forgot how important it is to eat on behalf of the farmers. And so the elderly gentleman who loves this song, and I've loved it dearly since I first started it, because I think it just means so much to those that do work in fields. And I'm one of them. And I have to say, one of my proudest moments was at a festival where Joe Mullins and the Radio Ramblers were. And that's a wonderful bluegrass band. If you ever get to hear them, you know, they're just top of the notch. And they were on stage, and I was listening to them. And Joe just said this about me. He said, "You know that Ron Thompson, he makes hay, and he doesn't even have any big machines for it. You know how he stacks it? Like this." And I thought, that's right, but not quite that fast. The honest farmer. Well, I saw an honest farmer, his back was bending low, pulling in the cotton as hard as he could go. He piled it up in rail fence until the merchant came, so he might attach his cotton and he could pay their claim. Oh, goodbye, oh, evil, for you know you run my home. You know you got my cotton and the birds of my home. Well, I saw him in the summer, his back was against a tree. Poor old head was aching, it rested on his knee. I'll be compelled to go home, or surely I will die. It has commenced day, I hear the farmers cry. Oh, goodbye, oh, you know you were my home. You know you got my cotton, and the birds done got my bone. I've told all my lifetime, still I find I'm poor. Without an education, my children left their door. They've left with their old daddy, this whole wide world grown. Guess they know to love them and wait for them at home. It's pans of biscuits, bowls of gravy, pans of biscuits we shall have. His footsteps they grew weaker as he walked up the hill, reached his little cabin and sat upon the sill. His wife, she knelt beside him, her hair all turned gray. Trust now in the Savior, we'll find a home someday. It's pans of biscuits, bowls of gravy, pans of biscuits we shall have.
Changing instruments a lot more than we used to. He said they don't make us.
So, I'd like to do another number for you here. And this is one that Brian has played for a long time. It's a Bill Monroe number. And
No, she's not in it.
Bill wrote it about his friend Doc Watson.
Surprised.
And
The lady with the top.
those men were great friends all through life, really. And
Yeah.
we got to see Doc Watson every year for maybe the last 20 years because he would come to a festival out in California called Hardly Strictly Bluegrass. Yep, and the great thing about the people who put on Hardly Strictly Bluegrass was it was free. There was 750,000 people there. There was 53 stages. And they never charged a penny of anything. They just fed the people when they came in. It was in Golden Gate Park. There was acres and acres of people. And every band just played one time so nobody had to get sick of it. We had the best spot for the last 15 years. We opened the festival. So people were kind of like, hey, go on. But by the end of 750,000 people cried in the end, toward the end. And here's the thing, the people in Golden Gate Park that go to Hardly Strictly Bluegrass aren't like you people because they can't afford any good smelling tobacco. There's both bad and there's, oh, it dawned on me. So, at any rate, Dr. Watson was our favorite person to meet, and I always loved when I see him sitting there. He was just a great gentleman, and I I'd go over, he'd be sitting in the tent waiting for his act, you know, and I went up every time. I'd go, "Doc!" And he'd say, "Wrong," because Doc never forgot a face. That happened. And the other thing about Hardly Strictly Bluegrass that I think it probably doesn't get known to people that have never been there is this man Warren Hellman, who he was a billionaire, of course, but he loved bluegrass music so much, and he just loved to play the banjo. And so he had all the men and women in bluegrass music who were getting old, who couldn't really perform anymore, who sometimes had to have help to get to the stage, who didn't have the money for passage. He would send a jet after them. And the last show that Earl Scruggs ever played was at Hardly Strictly Bluegrass.
Wow.
The last show that Hazel Dickens ever played was at Hardly Strictly Bluegrass. The same with Ralph Stanley. It was just always, even after these people sort of had gone on into the woodwork, one would go get them and bring them back out there, because you need to see us old people too, you know, and some of you need to know how it feels. So anyway, I told you that to tell you this. So we went to this place one time called the Philadelphia Folk Festival, and just to show you how a lot of professor type people, there can be too many of them. And they had the Philadelphia Folk Festival, not in Philadelphia. That's all I can say. We were supposed to go up there and play one time, and we thought, well, let's go to Philadelphia and ask somebody where it is. And nobody knew. So about the third or fourth time we went, it happened to be, we were there, and Doc Watson was there. And Doc Watson was, I bet a lot of you have seen him or got to hear him or even met him. And he was just the happiest guy all the time. But we were getting up to go on the stage, and I walked past, he was in an old Plymouth station wagon, and his head was down on the wheel, and the window was open, and I said, "Doc, what's wrong?" Because I thought he was sick or something. And he looked up in that hillbilly way and he said, "Laws, laws. Wait till you get up on there and see these people try to get this sound system working." And of course, there was a certain odor in the air that day. And I think it had something to do with Doc Knock. And it was pathetic. It was like $1 million worth of sound equipment and a penny's worth of brains. And I'll never forget Doc. Anyways, that's where I think Bill might have got the idea for this song. He called it the Watson Blues.